Maxine, thank you so much for being here today. It's exciting to see you again. Maxine, the recent disruptions have underscored the need for sustainable renewable energy. How is your business supporting this?
Hitachi Energy has made a commitment to participate and enable the sustainable energy future for all. And grid edge solutions is really a key enabler to accelerate the energy transition and help the Hitachi vision.
What has changed in the market through the recent disruptions?
Well, one thing that the pandemic, the geopolitical dynamics, and also the impact they've had on the global economy has really seemed to have accelerated the need for energy independence, energy resiliency. And we're seeing really an acceleration in the discussions across the globe in different countries, in different geographies. So this is something that we were already supporting, enabling, and a market that we were participating in. And what we have seen that the current dynamics in the world are accelerating this energy transition as well.
What trends do you see in your battery energy storage solutions market?
Well, as a whole, when we're looking at grid edge solutions, where battery energy storage is one of the key pillars of our business, the trends that we see is really a lot towards automation and digital capabilities, and also towards new business models. Of course, with renewables and sustainability being a key component of all of those. So really energy optimization, energy management, across the entire network, across the value chain.
What are some of the major challenges your market is having to deal with right now?
Well, right now in this instance, I think we're dealing with what everyone else is dealing with, which is the supply chain challenge. There's a lot of demand. There's a lot of need. As I said, there is an acceleration in accelerating the energy transition. And so at the moment, it's really more the supply chain that everyone's dealing with across the value chain. And you just have to find ways to manage that.
You're thinking of power electronics components, but probably also raw material for batteries?
Yeah, it's raw material for batteries themselves, because battery energy storage is stationary storage, and it does compete with the electric vehicle batteries. So when you're looking at the production and the capacity in the market, it's really to address both of these market segments. So the demand is very high, and we're just having to manage, all of us, in the industry. And I think it's also clearly the battery suppliers, because they've also seen a lot of changes in the raw material availability, pricing, and also the way that they, their capacities are also impacted by COVID. In certain parts of the world, you still have restrictions due to COVID. So it's sort of been, for supply chain, it's been a bit of a perfect storm with the pandemic that impacted not only the logistics, but also the capacity itself, and then the increase in prices for raw material and the increasing demand.
What are some of the viable solutions that you've seen work to mitigate this supply chain crisis?
Well, that's a $1 million question, I think, to have the perfect answer. Look, I think one solution, whatever solution you had 6 months ago, it doesn't necessarily apply today. That's how dynamic the market is, and that's how dynamic the supply chain is. So it really is, for us, monitoring, staying very, very close to our key partners. Key suppliers are really our key partners, and understanding their challenges as well, and try to work together. And that's one part of it. The other part of it is we have to also help our customers understand the dynamics that we're in, and they will see the impact. And whether it's delayed, delivery is delayed, or the prices have changed, we have to have open communication, both with our partners or suppliers, but also with our customers, because ultimately there is an impact on the entire industry, and we sort of have to all come together and move forward.
Is there anything governments, big players, customers could or should do to anticipate the crisis or to mitigate it?
I don't think anyone could have possibly anticipated where we are today. When I look at energy storage and I look at our business, we knew there was going to be tremendous growth, and we really had set ourselves up to participate in that and be part of that growth. But the pandemic and then some of the geopolitical disruptions that we've had, all of that coming together, they have changed the ecosystem, they have changed the dynamics, and they really have shifted priorities in some cases. The one thing that hasn't changed is the demand. And as I said earlier, it's really, the demand has even further accelerated. So from that perspective, we really, I think now that we've been through this once, lesson learned, take the lessons learned and really try to figure out what you can do next time. But I think we're still learning. So I'm not really sure if there are any silver bullets that you can have and say these were the absolute lessons, and if this happened all over again, we won't be in this situation.
Speaking of the market, Maxine, the M&A market in this space has been quite hot for quite a while. How do you expect this trend to play out in the future?
Well, I think the trend will continue because it's an attractive market. And by this market, if we're referring to the grid edge solutions market, as I mentioned before, we're a key enabler in accelerating energy transition. So obviously, the demand will continue, and this will continue to be a very active market for M&A. So I don't think the trend will stop, but we, of course, just like we see with, or we have seen with any other industry, at some point you'll start seeing consolidation, and also the number of players will be reduced for different reasons. So we're not quite there yet, but I think I would say over the next 2 to 4 years, we will start seeing some of that. And I think because of the dynamics we're seeing in the market today, unexpected dynamics of the pandemic and geopolitical conflicts, et cetera, I think we will see some changes also to the trend in the M&A. Some companies will make it through with flying colors, and others maybe have to reset.
What advice would you give investors who are already invested in this grid market?
Well, I would tell the investors to continue to invest in the grid edge solutions market and in the energy transition market, in technologies, business models, because in order for us to achieve our goals for sustainability and in order to accelerate the energy transition, it will take all these stakeholders to come together and enable that. And frankly, the investment community is a key player in this market. So I would say keep investing.
Maxine, where do you see your business in the next 5 years?
Very profitable and very big. Those are really the two targets that we have. And really, with those two elements, of course, based on where we play in the market, that we've made a huge impact in the sustainable future of our world.